My name is Lola, and I am a variety streamer who mainly streams her gameplay on. Why am I talking about myself third person? My name is Lola. I am a variety streamer who mainly streams on TikTok, and now I am moving over to YouTube to make more long form content and hopefully move my audience over here one day. But we'll see. But long story short, today I'm going to be giving you 5 things I absolutely hate about streaming and what I do to hate it less. Now, if you found this video, it's probably because you're either one of my followers, or hopefully if I figure out how to do SEO or search optimization correctly, you found it because you're maybe looking into streaming. Personally, it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. But there are days where I hate streaming and hate myself. But that's okay because there are solutions to all the problems, and we're about to talk about 5 of them. So I'm going to make this a little series so it's not too overwhelming. But again, I'm not making this video to discourage anybody from streaming. Like I said, starting this journey has been by far one of the best decisions I have ever made. But there are just a few things that I wish that I would have known starting out. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you how to fix those things. Okay. Number 1. I am notorious for being late to my own streams because setup is difficult. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times it's not just turning on your game, turning on your broadcasting software and pressing the go live button. It's not that. You should be going through, before you even start, you should troubleshoot first you should restart your computer. Restart whatever you're going to run your operating broadcasting system off of, and then open everything up off a clean slate. Open all the web pages that you need, and then test everything. Test your microphone, test your game, test all the audios before you hit the go live button. Because there's nothing like getting in a groove. I feel like my best lives when I feel like I'm the funniest and I have the most interesting stuff to talk about. I'm in such a groove that I don't even realize that something's not working. And then one of my moms is like, "Hey Lola, we can't hear your stream." And it's not because of anything obvious. It's because something updated and messed everything else up. And I should have checked it before I went live, but because I didn't, now I have to end the whole live and start all the way back over. It's super duper 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 frustrating. So, how you fix issues that stem from setup is 1, again, troubleshoot everything before you press the go live button. And 2, another thing that I bought that I 100% do not regret, my Elgato Stream Deck was such a time saver, which people think it's just for, using your soundboard, but no, it's a whole productivity tool. Like, I turn my computer on, I click 3 buttons versus searching through folders and files and apps to find my games. No, I drug them into the Stream Deck. I drug it into the Stream Deck. I'm able to just click a button, open up my broadcasting software, whatever games I'm going to play, whatever web pages I need. I can literally open it with 4 buttons. And I think they said there's a way to put it all in one button too. I'm not that technologically advanced. I don't know how to do that yet. I've been meaning to figure that out. But for now, hitting 4 buttons is way better than how I was doing it before. So that's number 1. Number 2, running out of things to talk about. I don't care if it's on Twitch. You should, if it's like on Twitch or YouTube. Well, okay, honestly, I don't know how YouTube works. But if it's on Twitch, you should 100% be talking the whole time because discoverability is so difficult on that app. It's dang near non existent. So if you happen to hit some kind of metric where Twitch even feels somewhat compelled to push your stream out, you should 100% be engaging the whole time. And TikTok, they'll stop pushing you out if you're not constantly talking. So, what do you do to always have stuff to talk about? One, not stream as long. It's extremely difficult to always have something to say for 7 and 8 hours, especially when you are initially streaming. You're not gonna be able to. And then on top of that, too, it's I don't care what anybody says. Streaming is not just about your gameplay. Is being good at the game helpful? 100%. But good gameplay 9 times out of 10 can't carry content. Like you need stuff to repost. Even when like you're reposting your own gameplay, like you should have your own commentary. You should either hear yourself or the people that you're playing with. It should be something that sets you apart from other streamers. If not, then your clips get lost in a pool full of game clips. And honestly, like people, like short form content has just killed people's like attention spans. And I'm not going to lie to you. They're they're just not. It's just not that. They're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, the way he slick canceled and turned around and flipped and jumped and shot him from the third story. And like, no, they're not gonna be that amazed. And 9 times out of 10, unless it's just like something insanely like impossible, like it's hard. So you gotta have content that sets you apart, and that requires you communicating throughout your whole life. And then also, what I also do to help combat this is before I go live, I already have stuff I want to talk about. Like if I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see something crazy, or if I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see something crazy or I see something on the news, like if I run out of stuff to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it. Like, you know, like y'all hear there was an asteroid coming, y'all don't care, cool. So y'all don't like astrology? No, y'all aren't interested in astrology. Why? Like it's ways you can go. Even if like your chat doesn't know what you're talking about, you can take that moment to like educate them or allow them to educate you or pivot somewhere else. But you should you should definitely have some kind of something in your back pocket for when you just don't feel like talking anymore. Also, another helpful thing to do is like play a game with your friends. Play a game with people you actually know. Play a game with your community members that you talk to the most. Because that sort of comfortability also makes sure that you're communicating throughout the whole life. So, also related to clipping, some days I just don't have good days. It's just not a good day for my gameplay. And I feel like I'm constantly selling and I feel frustrated. That used to discourage me like quite a bit. And then I would get worried about my platform because I'm thinking people will leave because, I didn't play the game well that day. No, streaming is 100% about your viewership getting connected to you personally, not just to your gameplay or to you as a gamer. So, shoot, that's still content. If you're not good at a game, make clips about not being good. Or if you feel like you're not good because a certain feature in the game is not beneficial to like the player base, make a video about that. Like for example, when Fortnite put the cars and the modded cars in Battle Royale, a lot of people didn't like it. They felt like it was OP. A lot of people made videos about the cars being OP. Like, that's content. It doesn't have to be that difficult. So, but also low hanging fruit is might not get you far, but I'm saying like just like it doesn't streaming doesn't have to always be in one specific like streaming can really be whatever you want or need it to be. But it's like you have to stick to that image and project it and also make people feel connected to that image so they'll um the fourth thing is posting consistently. I hate it. It has to be done, but I hate it. And I'm not gonna go too much into this because if you don't remember anything else I say, you have to post. If you're streaming and not posting and you're wondering why your lives aren't doing well, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of my community they either been streaming or they started streaming after I met them. And they'll come to me and that's the question I get so consistently, like, well, why can't I get people to stay? Or why can't I get people to come? Or where can you find new people? And they think the answer is advertising other streamers' Discord. No. They think the answer is even paying I'm not gonna touch that, but paying it's up to you. They think the answer is going on people's streams and telling them that they stream. No. The answer is being a woman and looking pretty. No. The answer is 100% in posting. And I'm not gonna lie, I take it offensively because ever since I started, I do post mostly every day. Mostly every day, if not multiple times a day. And I might take a week or here out, like here and there, just because I might have things going on, but for the most part, like I post very regularly, very consistently, pretty much around the same time. So I'm not saying I've blown up or anything. There are definitely better streamers than me. There are definitely worse streamers than me, but like I think I'm pretty mediocre in like the amount that I've grown. But I would say that the reason I haven't tanked, the reason the community is still growing is because I make connections. I play a game. I focus on creating content while I'm actually streaming. And then, oh, that's the next thing. That's what I really meant to talk about. You can clip your content in the format that it needs to be in as you're streaming. So if you're on TikTok, there's a really handy clipping feature on there. It works quite well. I use that feature and I post the videos on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. It's already set up. If you're not using TikTok Live Studios, if you go to OBS, they have the Atom Verdum plugin. You can do the same thing. You might even can add a hotkey to it. I know the one on TikTok has a hotkey. But yeah, it's already in the vertical format. You just clip whatever you think was interesting, funny, or educational, and then you put in whatever software to edit it, and you just post it. It can be that simple. You don't have to go through your whole live reformat. So whatever you could do to make it easier. The last thing and the thing that I kind of want to harp on, but I'm not going to touch it too much, is streaming can 100% be bad for your mental health. It can 100% be bad. One, I'm not going to lie, not everybody that comes into your live is genuine. Not everybody who's on the internet is truthful. There are people who lie. There are catfish. There are people who are manipulative. Like, that's just a reality of the situation. You have to have good boundaries about your physical and mental boundaries, meaning, make sure you keep yourself safe. Make sure you keep yourself emotionally rested. Do things to step away. Do things that'll make you happy. Cause another thing too is, even though I'm sitting at the house and I'm sitting literally inches away from my bed, like, you do have to make yourself presentable. You do have to look a certain way. There is a certain standard of beauty, not even for just women, but for men too. Like there are certain expectations when it comes to like being in the forefront like this. So that kind of thing can become overwhelming. Putting so much effort into streaming and maybe not getting the result you always want to get, that can be frustrating too. Because I'm not gonna lie, the results are like this. Things happen like this. And I'm not even talking about just money. I'm talking about viewership, interaction, follower counts. Like things constantly do fluctuate, and it's hard to like get a consistency there. So, and that can be bad for your mental health because you're constantly like, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? That's not healthy. So, what you do is when I feel overwhelmed, I just take a break. I stop streaming. I might take it, no, longest I took was a month, but I might take a week or 2 weeks there, and I communicated with my mods, communicated with my community, and in the meantime too, I don't just stop streaming and lay on my butt. Like, I'll go research. I'll go see if I can find some new equipment. I'll go see if I can find a new game. I'll go play the game for fun just so I can make clips. Like there are things that I do on my breaks, but like sometimes you just have to step away from the people portion, especially if you feel like you know people well. So, yep, that's it. Those are the 5 things that I hate about streaming. Um, of course, I'll be making a follow-up video about the 5 things that I absolutely adore about streaming. And like I said, this is just part 1. We'll do part 2 in a few months because I have some new and exciting things going on. So, thank you.